Hey everybody, what's up? This Devin LaVore coming at you. Everybody seems to like that. I always liked it. The coming at you. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the last video I did where God was just doing some more heart unpacking and all that. That was really, oh my gosh, guys, I felt like I have taken a heart bath. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, wow, I feel so much better today, you know? Less stressed out, less things aren't bothering me. I mean, stuff still bothers me, you know what I'm saying? The warfare is not going to be over until Jesus returns and we get out of this battle between the flesh and the spirit. But that's the miracle of the redemptive work of the cross of Jesus Christ, is that the Spirit of God, the Spirit that created all things, is living within us, and He has the power to push things out and be like, you're not going to press in on us. No, this is our space. You know, you little squatters. You've been eating my chips and sleeping on my couch too long. Get on out of here. Go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, you got to say that to stuff in your life. You know, you got to be like, no more stress, no more anxiety, no more. But a lot of times we can get so knee deep in it that we need the Lord to grab us and pull us out to see like, wow, I was really deep in it, you know? So this morning I was praying. And I was remembering, I've been remembering, I guess, the different words that God has been giving me, this pattern of words that God's been giving me. And I'm just like, Lord, you gave us this vision of you riding on the horse, coming to us with all these blessings and stuff swirling behind you. And then you showed us this vision of you separating yourself from those blessings and coming to meet us. And you're circling around us going, I'm here, yeah. And then I saw you off the horse, and the horse seemed to be still circling around, and your hands are up, and there's this deluge, right? And I'm like, well, Lord, I don't understand, like, why are things still kind of just happening the way they're happening, or like nothing's really changing? And I'm just, I don't want to doubt you, especially the whole 21-day feasting thing. You know, I don't understand like what's going on. I guess I thought I would be feasting personally for 21 days, or maybe that was just a word I'm releasing, and just so other people can be like, oh, this is my feast time happening. Oh, this is my promised land entrance happening, or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to doubt you. I'm not going to question you. None of that. I'm good. I just want to know, like, where are we right now? Like, on the compass, on the map, like what's going on, right? And then the Lord reminded me, he was like, oh, those are great questions. And the Lord reminded me of the fact that he was like, now remember, I came ahead because I was just so super excited to be with you guys and to walk with you guys to reveal myself as one who is walking with you guys through this. Remember, the caravan was about a quarter of a mile behind me. So that's just this picture of I come first. The reward and the twofold recompense and all that stuff, that's coming after me. You know, it's coming later. And it's like, okay, and so while I'm here, I want to, and so God showed me, he reminded me of this vision that he gave my wife about him like unpacking things and kind of like sorting through the baggage, sorting through the luggage that was kind of in an organized fashion here, and kind of taking out what doesn't need to cross over and maybe putting in some things that you do need when you cross over. You see what I'm saying? And so, and it is that moment that we have been in all this time, from the moment I did that healing in the revealing and God rending the heart and all that stuff. That's what's been going on. That's why last night happened, where God just unpacking all these fears and stresses and anxieties that I've had. He's like, if I leave that there undealt with, untouched, you're going to take it with you. Trust me. And then when you get blessed, it's going to crush you to death, because you're going to be just like freaking out on how am I going to handle all of this, and you're going to be squashed, you know? So it's like it's like a word that me and my wife gave to a friend of ours today. It's like God's got this blueprint, you know, like what we said about our lives in our story episode that we just released. God's got this blueprint working out, and he's got every step planned out. And he's just, all we have to do is just follow him, and things will work out. And it's okay to have the questions, because I'm just wondering, like, the deluge, where's the deluge, Lord? And then he has to remind me what the deluge means and all of that. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And it's like, so I'm like, okay, so the unpacking thing comes before the deluge and all that. And then sometimes, like in situations like that right there, you can get caught up in the overanalyzing things and trying to figure it out. And then it's you trying to figure it out instead of you just listening to the Lord and following the Lord. You can make it really complicated by inserting yourself into it and trying to figure out how all the pieces go together, when it's the Lord that's kind of helping you. You're kind of being a part of helping him put it together. Your obedience is helping him put it together. Let him bring the pieces together in the time that they need to be brought together and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's like with any puzzle. It's funny, like with puzzles, you work on certain parts, and then you leave, like you have this big sunflower. You work on that sunflower, and then you leave it alone. And you go over here and you work on this big lion head or something. You know what I mean? And you're just like, well, wait a minute, I thought we were working on the flower. It's like, yeah, we're working on that, but we're going to work on this now, because we have to work on this part in order to connect the flower to the lion's head. And you know what I'm saying? And so, because our lives are like that. Our lives are like puzzles, So I just wanted to encourage you guys in that just God has everything worked out, and he is working his plan. And I mean, because I know I've already said that before, but I kind of wanted to add to it, because this morning I was just kind of like, Lord, where are all these words? Like, why is this like happening the way it's happening? And then I hear prophetic words from other people that are saying different things, and it's just like breakthrough. So our breakthrough's not going to come now to the end of September? And it's like, what? And the Lord was just like, you did too much. Stop. Hold on. Let me answer some questions. And then he answers some questions, but then he addresses some issues of like, don't try to figure it all out. Like, everything that God has told you is true. If it's the Lord, everything he's told you is absolutely true, and he will finish it, and he will bring it to completion, and it will come to manifestation. Manifestation's getting ready to happen. He showed me also, he was just like, the reason I gave you that vision of the roof of the cave just being blown open and the big huge light coming down, because it was an example of, like, you are that close. That is how close you are. You are ready. After that opening, it's just a matter of scooping you out and planting. That is the very next thing that happens. So the Lord was like, you are in the last stage of your preparedness. The absolute last stage. Once you're 10 centimeters dilated, there's nothing left but for the baby to come out, to be delivered, for that, like that Emily Rose Lewis thing. There's nothing left but just to lay on the table and just let God deliver you. Let God bring you the blessing. Let God set you on the mountaintop. That's the last thing that happens. So it's like him kind of hanging out with us. We're waiting for the caravan. That's the same thing as like waiting for God to scoop us out, because we're that tree in the cave thing, scoop us out, set us on. It's the same thing, because God does that. He'll give a lot of similar pictures that are really communicating the same thing. So him being there with us, but the caravan is coming, is the same thing as that opening in the cave and the light coming down. They're both representing and communicating from the Spirit the same stage of like, hey, you were in the final stages. The only thing left to have happen is for the caravan to show up, and then ba-boom, there you go, and then we cross over. The only thing left to happen is for God to scoop us up out of that cave, set us on the mountaintop. So we are in the last stages of our preparedness, and God is ready to deliver us. I am ready, but it's like at this stage, you know what? After what God did last night and what he's been doing over the last couple of days, because the last couple of days have been really difficult. I mean, the 8th, 9th, and the 10th have just been nothing but just onslaught from the enemy. And it's just made me go, okay, well, whatever. I'm going to keep going that direction. If you keep throwing stuff at me and I keep having to defend myself against, that's fine. It's not going to keep me from walking, and it's not going to back me up. And today seems pretty different. Today's new. But But as of right now, I'm not in a hurry to get there like I was literally just yesterday and the day before yesterday and what I've kind of been feeling. Maybe that's just, the result of God pulling out all those fears and scooping out all those things. I'm totally cool with, like, Lord, whatever your time frame is, because it's like, what am I really in a hurry to get to? It's like, if I can be free from stress, cares of this world, and anxiety, then I'm totally content right where I'm at. I don't want to be here, nor does God want me to be here, but it's like, it's okay to be wherever God has you in this day, because that's obviously where you need to be right now, or that's what's going on right now. And it's like, you can be totally cool with it, because if you're so stressed out and you're in a hurry, I gotta get to that place there. Once you get there, all that stress and anxiety has come with you. It just doesn't miraculously disappear. So I'm pretty cool. Like, I mean, that's a testimony right there of just like the work of the Lord in my heart. And it's just like, I'm genuinely, I can say with a clear conscience before the Lord, I'm not in a hurry. Do I have a desire to get out of this little apartment and get to wherever God wants to bless us, which I'm really praying that it's going to be this really awesome house and this really awesome land, and it's going to be just a great miraculous setup. But yeah, I want to get there, absolutely. But I'm not like dying to get there. It's almost like before you get married. That stage before you meet the person that you're going to marry. For some people it happens like this, and it definitely happened for me like that in a very small, short amount of time. But I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm okay. If I'm going to be single for the rest of my life, then fine. I didn't like it, but I was just like, there's nothing I can do. There's literally nothing I can do. And when I got to that stage, that's when, gosh, I met my wife like maybe 2 or 3 days later. You know what I mean? So be encouraged by that, guys, that God has got us in the last stage of preparedness, and I don't say lightly us, because I know that there's people out there that this applies to. Now, if it doesn't apply to you, then you're going to find out it doesn't apply to you anyway, right? But I know God's got me there, and I know the Lord's saying He's got quite a few people out there also who are going to listen to the message, and you're right there. You're in the last stage of preparedness, but God is unpacking some things out of the heart. He's scooping some things out. He's saying, yeah, you don't need to take this, and yeah, you don't need to take that. You don't need to take this. We're going over to a new land. This doesn't even fit in the new land. Let's get that out of here. And they're all heart issues, relationship issues, paradigm issues, the way you think, type stuff like that, so be encouraged, my friends, my brothers, my sisters. And I will see you again later. Maybe later today. Maybe later tonight. I don't know. I'll see you next video.